What's going on, man? It's your girl, TampaMystic, and we are broadcasting live on the industry's most wanted podcast.
Straight up.
Straight like that, man. Listen, I got a true Florida legend checking in today, man. This is somebody that's been in the business for a long time, but not only been in the business for a long time just to be in the business, but still working and still active and still got things going on, man. Yeah. I got my brother from another, man. Shout out to Blood Raw checking in. What's good, fam?
Already, what's up? What's up with
Bam, boom.
Florida in the building for real.
Florida in the building for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? For real, man. Listen, thank you for pulling up today.
Already.
This is a long overdue. You know, it's God's timing. You know what I'm saying? We did a shorter version of this a little while back, but now we about to really get in detail today.
We about to get it in.
All the way in, man. Yeah. So without further ado, you know, for everybody tuned in, checked in, introduce yourself.
I go by the name of Blood Raw, a.k.a. B. Rawstein. I'm from Panama City, Florida. You know what I'm saying? I was 1/3 of the member of the group, USDA, with CTE, Def Jam. I had my solo album, I Like the True Testimony, which premiered #5 on Billboard. I did the music for some years, and then I took a break. Actually, I took 6 years off.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Then I just came back this year in May. I dropped a series of mixtapes called Matter of Time. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who had a hot beat, I jumped on it. You feel me?
Right.
And I just really was trying to, heat myself back up to get ready for the new album that I just dropped on Christmas called Hush, which is an acronym, Hustle Until Something Happen. And even before then, I dropped my new book. Y'all need to go get that. It's the story and life of Bruce Folsom, a.k.a. Blood Raw. I dropped it on Halloween. You know what I'm saying? It's available on Amazon, Kindle. Hard copies available and all. You feel me? So make sure y'all get that. It's a good read. It's about my life and story, everything that went on with me, from my federal indictment to me parting ways with Young G's and CTE to whatever you want to know about Blood Raw is pretty much in the book.
Man, I wiped this mic off, so it's got a little fuzzy thing on there. Trying to keep everybody COVID-free over here.
Oh, man.
So we're going to talk a lot today, but also I want to save some for the fact that they got to go get the book.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And the fact that, it looks like it's a pretty easy read. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
It's right around 100 pages.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Actually like 130.
But still, it's not like no novel where it's like this thick and it's going to take you months to read.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
yeah.
I think it's dope that you was able to put a book together because you have a real story to tell. You have a journey. Sure. So I just want to take it all the way back. There's not everybody that I want to do this with, but you really have a story.
For sure. I appreciate it.
So, man, and you legendary, not just in Florida, but period, man. Everybody, is familiar, and if they're not, I don't know what they're doing.
They've been under a rock.
I'll be saying that, too. I'll be like, y'all been asleep under a rock somewhere. So we about to wake them up and shake them up. You dig?
Let's get it.
So take us all the way back, man, to when Blood Raw was a jit. That's Florida thing, right?
Right, for sure.
What you was into, as a youngin'?
Just really, just like any other kid who came from, a poverty-stricken lifestyle, city, family. You know what I'm saying? My mother, was in and out of prison. She died when I was 10 years old of a bad overdose of heroin. Man. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's traumatic for a 10-year-old.
Oh,
My
yeah,
gosh.
definitely. I have one sibling, which is my older sister. You know what I'm saying? In my music, you hear me talk about her a lot, Maya. You know what I'm saying? And, me and her, we got separated a lot because my mama go to prison.
Yeah.
And my sister either stay with my grandma and I go stay with my auntie, which is my grandma's sister. So, we was, from different households like that. Every time my mama would go to prison, she went twice before she passed. So, it's kind of crazy. But, you know what I'm saying? You got to go through it to get to it.
Nah, for real. And I think, with everything that you went through, first of all, it forced you to grow up to be a man as such a young man.
Right, for sure.
You wanted to be the man of the house, right?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like at 10 years old, you really have experienced more in your lifetime than some people who were, 40, 50 years old.
Right, of course.
Slick, you know what I'm saying? And it's tough because, I lost my mom just last year, but, I had over 40 years with her.
Right.
I can't imagine being only, 10 years old and not being able to spend the rest of your life with your mother, man. Like, that's just, man, that's like heart-wrenching right there.
And I was a mama's boy, like, you feel me?
Yeah, man.
I think it builds you. You know what I'm saying? It builds who you are. and I know that God know all things. You feel me? So
Facts. Right.
Um,
We can't question God's
Right.
whatever he does. We can't question that.
Right.
Whether something bad happens in life, if you lose your job or whatever, that's because he got something bigger and better in store
of
for
course,
you.
it's a purpose for it.
It's a purpose for it. And, you know, although I know you lost your mom at a much younger age than I did, but with losing my mother, like, it gave me a whole sense of clarity on life.
Right.
Like, it really made me, like, understand, okay, you really got to take some people out your path because they do not belong there.
Right.
It gave me that type of clarity.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
definitely.
saying? So, you know, with all that, you know, how did music come into play? Was that an outlet for you?
At first it wasn't. At first it, you know, I grew up in the streets.
Right.
Unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, and it was a cover up for me in the beginning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I had the rap van. You know, I was doing music, but I wasn't serious. I was just really like, you know, trying to trick the drug unit of what I was doing.
Yeah. I
You know what I'm
got you.
saying? But the more that I began recording, you know, I fell in love with doing it. It
Right.
became therapy for me.
It is therapy.
You know what I'm saying? And I was able to tell the things that I was holding inside.
Right. Absolutely. And that's the thing about life is, you know, we go through so much stuff. We got to vent it sometimes.
Of
We got to
course.
let it out. And what better way to do it if you're an artist and put it through your music?
Right.
Because other people are going to feel your pain.
Of course.
And they're going to relate. That's what makes your music, you know, relatable. And that's what makes people resonate to Blood Raw.
Right, exactly.
Because of what you've delivered and still delivered through your music.
Right, for sure. Definitely.
You know, so at what point did you really like start taking it serious? Like, yo, I gotta really like buckle down and get my music business together, because you had the street game on lock,
Right.
street business on lock.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But if I'm gonna take this music seriously, man, I gotta get together. When did that take place for you?
First I started doing music like with one of my friends, my childhood friend, Max. You know, we had this thing going on. We had management, everything was, and I was a real jit, but it was just fun then, you know what I'm saying? So I went to prison. I came home from prison, and I'm like, man, I gotta do something, you know, but I got back into the streets, and then I just started, you know, hustling again, and then me and my cousin got together, and we formed this group called NFL Riders.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, we started doing music, but everybody like was on their own time.
Right.
So for me, like, if I'm doing something, I'm finna do it.
Nah, for real.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like waiting on
Me
people.
neither. That's why I be by myself sometimes, because I don't have time to wait for other people to come help out. I'm like, I'm gonna get this done as a one-man shop. You dig?
Exactly. And I know what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I know my vision. I know, you know what I'm saying, what I want done. I know how I want it done.
You a hustler, baby.
Exactly. So I got in the studio and I'm like, man, listen, I'm gonna start recording my solo stuff.
Right.
So when I started recording my solo stuff, I'm like, man, like, you feel me? Then I started getting feedback from some of my partners, like, boy, that's Blood Raw. Like, you feel me?
Is that where the name was born?
The name was born in prison.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And when I got out of prison, it just stuck with me.
Got you.
Of course, it was a slang in Florida
Right.
already. But I had two guys from St. Petersburg, Florida, in Clearwater, Florida, Ike and Cadillac. They gave me the name because I used to rap in prison. They'd be like, boy, that's Blood Raw. Like, you feel me?
I graduated from Clearwater High School. Even though I was born in Tampa and I lived my older years in Tampa, like my high school years, I graduated from Clearwater.
See? Yeah.
My stomping grounds.
Oh, man. So, yeah, when I got out of prison, you know, I began to take it more serious. And, you know, I did these 2 records that eventually wind up even giving me a deal. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, like me recording My Block Burn featuring Pastor Troy and Represent, I probably had them 2 songs less than a year for sure, but probably 10 months before I got on the radar of Jeezy or them seeing me that night in Dothan, Alabama.
I was going to ask you that because, you know, I think that with every artist, there's always that song or 2 songs that really is what puts you, you know, on other people's radar, kind of puts you on the map, gets people paying attention and tuning in to who you are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Talk to us about that period in time, because you've seen a lot of change in this business. Everything is digital now, right?
Yeah.
You know, when you first started doing music and stuff like that, even when I first got in this business, Instagram didn't exist.
At all.
Right? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, our resources were limited. We had to be out in the streets touching, shaking hands, kissing babies and all that. So talk to us about that period of time. Like some of the stuff, and this is for artists that are maybe tuned in, because a lot of artists today, and I don't mean to go off on a tangent, depend solely on social media.
Right.
And it's so much bigger than that. I know we're still in a pandemic, I guess, or whatever, but take us back to that period of time. Like, what were some of the things that Blood Raw was doing with your music to gain that attention pre-social media?
Okay. Well, for one, I came in the game and I said I was going to do it different. I initially started going from city to city and just building relationships. Like, it wasn't even about music in the beginning, because me and my crew, like, I started like literally 30 people. Like, you know what I'm saying? We get in our cars. We got jewelry, we got money, we got nice rides, candy paint, and we go to cities, wherever it was, the classic, the homecoming, TJ DJs, whatever, we was popping up, and we made an effect on people. Like,
I was just going to ask you, how did you decide where you were going? And you already answered that.
Right.
You go where there's already there's a crowd.
Exactly. Wherever the event was, we was popping up. You know what I'm saying? And
they don't know nothing about the classic.
Yeah. But I had it was crazy, because it was like, a lot of people was like, I would say vouching for me, like, in the beginning.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Like, TJ wrapped me around his arms, and like this my son.
That's the homie right there.
Yeah, that's, like, TJ introduced me to the world. You feel me? Literally, and you had people like my guy Chuck from Justice League, who used to manage Justice League.
Yeah, because
Chuck
they
and
from
Ivan,
out of Tampa.
of course.
Yeah.
They was all in Atlanta and all over vouching for me, like,
Facts.
this cat Blood Raw, he next from Florida. You know what I'm saying?
He raw for real.
Yeah, from Bigger Rankin to, C. Wakely to, everybody, Tony Neal, all these guys who were somebody, they were at TJ DJs, and they was like my family, and they was like, that was that one period of time where they got behind one artist and was like, Blood Raw gonna be next.
I'm gonna dive in right there for a second. I think you experienced such a dope period in time.
Oh, yeah.
Such a blessing, because everybody that you just named to me are like the OGs that are in this business.
Yeah, they're pioneers, yeah.
They're pioneers, and they're the ones who broke a lot of our favorite artists.
Right, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, man, for you to be able to pull up to one event and all these
guys in one
legendary
room. Yeah.
moguls, you know what I'm saying, are in one room for you to connect with, bro, that's a blessing.
Yeah. From the top to the bottom of Florida, like, from North Florida, you had Bigger, you know what I'm saying? Of course, you got other people over there, Dr. Doom, and, other people like that. Then you had the Central Florida area with Dog Man and the Mega Chicks and Mega DJs. You had South Florida Teddy T and, all these guys. Tony Neal was down there. And, you know what I'm saying? All these guys, it was like TJ was having meetings like, listen, we need Blood Raw. Like, it was between Blood Raw and T-Pain at this time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, and it was like, and I was just working. Like, you feel me? Like, I was just working. Wherever I needed to be, I was there. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no question how much it cost, nothing. Like, if he said, Raw, I need you to go here, I was going. And I was meeting people. I wasn't asking them to play my music. I was buying DJs drinks. I was taking DJs out to eat. You know what I'm saying? I was getting their phone them and checking on them. Literally texting DJs weekly. Like, what's up, bro? How you doing? You feel me? I'm just checking on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that type of time. And people eventually, wanted to do something for me because we built a relationship.
You got to do that. Speaking of which, shout out DJ Squirt on the check-in.
Salute, homeboy. What's happening?
No, it's a female.
Oh, okay. How you doing, baby girl?
Oh, Squirt, DJ Squirt. She wants me to send. She's like the vice president for the Nerve DJs.
Oh, yeah, that's dope.
She's got a big presence, so
that's
if she
dope.
wants your
That's
music,
dope.
I'm gonna make sure I get it up.
Yeah,
and
for
sing
sure. And I need to send you drops, whatever you need.
all that. But
Yeah.
I want to just key in on what you said just a minute ago, because it's so important. I say this, I think every interview or every conversation I have is, relationships will put you in places that money cannot.
For real.
You're
Believe
going to have to spend money along the
Of
way.
course.
That's just what it is.
Yeah.
If you come to people and expect stuff for free, get out the business.
Yeah,
you
it
know what
ain't
I'm
gonna
saying?
happen.
Right. I'm sure you've spent a
yeah.
lot of money along
Better
your
believe it.
But it comes to a point in time where you pay your dues,
Yeah.
you spend money, and now people are going to want to just work with you off the fact that they see your grind.
Exactly.
They're like, yo, his grind is impeccable. Let's just work, bro.
Better believe it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I love the fact that you said that, you know, you was reaching out to the DJs. Like, that's the type of stuff that, you know, it's no disrespect, and I'm not throwing shade to a lot of these younger artists, but that's the stuff that they don't do.
I don't think they know any better.
They just don't know any better, and that's why we're going to talk about it.
Yeah,
It is.
for sure. For sure.
What would be, you know, before we dive into the next chapter of you know, your journey,
Right.
you know, for independent artists that are checking in, man, like, what would be a blood raw gem or jewel or piece of advice that you could offer them?
You know, don't never stop hustling. Don't never stop working. You know what I'm saying? No matter how big you think you are, you feel me? Don't ever get comfortable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, because it's always gonna be somebody rapping. You feel me? It's like, but what make you different? Like, what make you stand out? What make me wanna, you know what I'm saying? Give my relationships to you. You feel me?
Yes.
And I just think that, you know, artists today, with the opportunities that's given with the internet, you know, y'all need to start valuing it a little more and understand that once you're able to, you know, attain some type of, you know, financial gain in this business, you know what I'm saying, and you're able to help other people, you know, take that as a blessing, because you feel me, it's not a whole lot of opportunities that was given during the time that I was coming up. Like, it's so many deals given out now, it ain't even funny. Like, you don't even have to have a deal to get money now, though.
No, for real, because if you a hustler and you have internet, you can get money.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it just be sad, you know what I'm saying, to see, you know, all these young cats who steady trying to, you know, create some type of violence or some type of, you know, negativity, whereas, you know, we hustle to get out the streets or to come from poverty.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't go backwards of getting on and then want to try to get in trouble or try to, you know, prove that you hard or you a gangster. Like, you feel me? What's gangster is getting money and helping your family, helping other people.
Yes, exactly. Because, like, you end up in a situation, death is permanent, y'all.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
There ain't no coming back from that.
Yeah.
Period. Long live Young Dolph, man. Like,
for sure.
You know, a lot of people are still affected by that, and it's sad that when you know, it happens in your own city that you do so much for.
Oh, yeah.
It's just crazy, man. But yeah, definitely all my independent artists, please listen to what he just said, because, you know, sometimes I build relationship with these artists, and then, you know, people become comfortable with people they know, right?
Of course.
So it takes a person they don't know to reiterate, like, you got to do it like this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a proven track record.
For sure.
You've seen a lot of success, and you're continuing to see success, and it's because you've built relationships.
Right. Definitely.
You put out music that people can resonate and relate to.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got a book telling your whole life story.
Yeah.
Pain, power, and purpose. It's the triple P's, y'all.
Oh, man. hey, tell Gunner I was pushing P's before they started the P movement.
Okay. Please believe it. Let's talk about, you know, you got the attention of Jeezy.
Right.
Man.
But keep in mind, though, like, I had other people.
Oh, yeah, you had other people's attention, too, now.
Yeah, like, you know, real talk, like, they'll tell you, like, I had Universal, Asylum, Trick Daddy, T.I., Jazzy Faye, you know what I'm saying? Like, interest from all these guys, man. You know, but when I got this Jesus situation, the reason, and again, I knew his movement. I seen it in Atlanta.
Right.
I already knew that he was out of there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Facts.
for real. In the type of music that I do, I felt that it would be a perfect fit for me.
It's got to make sense.
You know what I'm saying? But the reason why I prematurely moved so fast is because at this time, word was on the street that the feds was about to pick me up.
Oh, so you're like, I got to move quick.
Exactly.
To lock some stuff in.
Exactly. You
So
know
rather than shopping around with the best situation or best deal, maybe, you know, you seen Jeezy, you seen the movement.
Exactly.
So, you know, let's talk about that, because, you know, a lot of artists, like, yearn for that in their life. They want a deal. They want to be a part of something bigger. And I get it. I understand, you know, because we want to level up, and it's hard to do it by ourselves. So typically we got to have a team of people around us to help uplift us.
Right.
You know, being in the situation, you know, signing with CTE, man, like, and let's keep it transparent. talk to us about like that situation, what good came out of it and what maybe was a bottom side that you learned from it.
Right. Well, we're gonna start with the good.
Okay.
The good, we made history. You know what I'm saying? We probably one of the most impactful groups of this era.
Yeah.
You feel me? USDA, everybody in the world wanted to be a part of us, and they was. You know what I'm saying? It represented the streets. You feel me? The right way. You had 3 cats from different places, who all had their own identity and style. And represented the streets to the fullest. It gave me a platform that I may or may not have ever got. You know what I'm saying? We got a number 4 album on Billboard. You know what I'm saying?
Big blessings.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? And we had a brotherhood. You feel me?
Right.
We had a real brotherhood on my end, definitely. But, as we all know, egos get into place. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
As it's never been understood with me, but, it happens in this game. And a lot of that, I think, comes whereas people don't feel like they're where they supposed to be at.
Right. That's exactly, I think, what it is, because I see it happening a lot today.
Right.
People get disgruntled because they feel like they're entitled to be somewhere where if they're not resonating to you like that, that's just what it is. But go ahead.
Right. And the thing about it is this, I honestly feel that, sometimes we as people, we don't allow things to play their course.
Right.
Like we try to force things and try to be God over everything. Like when, at the end of the day, I feel that whatever you give out to the world is going to come back to you. So
absolutely
you should never worry about another man blessings or whatever he got going on. Just do your part.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Just do your part, and I think that everything will work out. In our situation, I think that, from Jeezy's perspective, I think that he initially wanted the best for everybody, but sometimes pride kick in.
Yes, absolutely it does. I think, and this isn't directed at him per se, but just in general, if you and I are working together and like I come in like up under you, but then I start to kind of rise above you.
Right.
I'm using you as an example.
For sure.
You could be that disgruntled person to say, how are they doing better than me when they were beneath me?
Exactly. Of course. And I got more money.
Right.
Why y'all, this or that. And especially when I beat the Fed. So it's kind of like, you getting people from Chicago and Detroit, and these are real places like Cali.
Yeah.
And they asking about Blood Raw, and you like, I done sold millions of records. Like,
what about
why y'all
me?
keep asking? You know what I'm saying? So, that'll mess with your pride if you don't know who you are as a person.
Right. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? When you know who you are as a person, then that shouldn't matter. That should make you feel better because I signed this guy.
Listen.
You know what I'm saying?
Hello. Absolutely.
Like, that should tell you everything about me. Like, I got a good choice of you feel me?
Yeah, I made the right choice.
Exactly.
You know
what I'm saying? And you'll never find nobody represent a crew the way I did our crew. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. It's a learning experience.
Absolutely.
And the only thing, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't change nothing about the situation because it was a great situation.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah, you probably learned a whole lot.
I learned a whole lot. And for one, like just being real, it saved my life in the court system.
Right. There you go.
You know what I'm saying? It saved my life because I was facing life sentence. You feel me?
Yeah, you could have been sitting behind the walls right now and
exactly.
Nobody would, at this point would really know who you. They might know you, but they'd be like, man, that was, however long ago.
Exactly.
That people be quick to forget about you when your face ain't out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I know you took some time off.
Yes.
Let's talk about that because I know that it can be tough sometimes. We have to step back sometimes because of personal reason, because of life.
Right,
That's always going to come first before anything. Like we got to make sure we're good within ourselves and our immediate family is good. Coming back, man, what's that journey been like for you? And what are some of the things? I know you're here with me today. Of course, it's my bro, and he did other interviews last night. He got more tonight. You've got your book now. What's that transition been like coming back in after taking some time off?
Well, I went through the pain. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I had to have the power.
Right. Let me show them this over here.
and now I'm walking in my purpose. So my journey is it's all been, it's not been in vain. You feel me? So, me coming back after taking 6 years off. Of course, I went through the breakup with CTE.
Right.
2 federal cases at the same time.
Right.
A lot of people don't know about the second because the first one was so big. But 10 months later, after me being acquitted, they picked me up for a gun charge that they should have charged me with when I initially got picked up.
Lord. It's like, why couldn't you done it all in one scoop?
You know what I'm saying? So in this, me going through all of this, it literally, like, financially and emotionally and all of these things, it just beat me down. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just beat me down. Like, and during this time frame, I just had to find myself again because, I found myself, being angry and mad and sad, and you feel me? So I just spent those 6 years with my family, my kids, and, enjoying the love, the real love.
Absolutely. The unconditional love.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what that is.
Of course.
Unconditional love that you're going to receive from your family, because no matter what you've been through, what you've done, they still going to love you.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm Bruce to them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, but eventually, the DMs, the messages, from people of telling me what my music done for them and how it's done got them through their prison bids and life and, all these different things. And I'm saying to myself, like, you feel me, bro? Like, you can't stop right here. Like, you know what you got to do.
That's right. Absolutely. Like, your journey is far, 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 far from being over.
For sure.
Because you still have so much more to tell.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You've been, like I said, you went through more in your first 10 years of life than some people do in their whole life.
Right. And that's where Hush came from, which we know it's an acronym, hustle until something happen. I had to get back to the basics of blood raw, like who I am as a person. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a hustler. Like, I know how to get it. I know how to make it happen. You feel me? And music has always been, A1. Like, you know what I'm saying? We've never had a problem with my music. So that's the easy part. The music is the easy part. But, I lost my friend, Total Chaos.
Bro, R.I.P. to Total Chaos. People that don't know, he was heavy Florida right there, man.
I got a call from him 2 days before he passed. You know what I'm saying? And he like, bro, you can't stop. Like you got to do this for real, bro. Like, you got to call him. You know what I'm saying? And it hit me hard because I knew that for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Isn't it crazy? It's not crazy, but just how God works, that he reached out to you 2 days prior and said, you my brother, you got to keep going. It's almost like he didn't know, but he knew that my time's about to come to the end, because that happened with me too. There's an artist that's out of Jacksonville who passed a few years ago, and literally the day before he got shot and killed, he texts me and he's like, hey, Tampa, just want to let you know, I love you, blah, blah, blah. But it wasn't just me. There was a few other people who received the text from him. And then he got killed the next day. I was like, that's all God right there.
Of course. Better believe it.
That's God right there.
Better believe it.
Man. So let's talk about a little bit of what you got going on. We gave them some of your journey, of course. Oh, where can they go get the book at, by the way?
They could get it on Amazon. It's also a Kindle available.
Okay.
You can order it from Amazon, the hard copy as well. And you could get it at dbssound.com as well. If you're in Atlanta, you could go to the location, DBS Sound.
Okay, dope. And they have it available there.
Yeah, they have it available there as well.
Still got to show you the backside, too.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to Ciroc from Fort Lauderdale, publisher.
Okay, dope.
Yeah, she helped me get the book, together or whatever.
It looks really nice.
Yeah.
And like I said, y'all, like, it's not, 2 inches thick. It's an easy read, but it's packed and powerful with, your life story.
Of course, yeah.
Your journey.
Yeah.
So now let's fast forward, man. You came into the business. About how long have you been really taking this seriously?
Oh, man. I say like since 2002.
Okay, so about 20 years.
Yeah.
Been 20 years in, so you've seen a tremendous amount of change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Period. You know what I'm saying? right now, like we got social media, we've got these type of platforms. What are we going to expect to see from Blood Raw 2022?
Oh man, you're gonna see a wave you never seen. Like you're gonna see a wave you never seen because not only do I get it down for real in the streets, like I'm learning the internet game, and I
Which
know
is
that
so powerful.
of course it's very powerful. But I know that like from the level of what I do it from my graphics to, you know what I'm saying, my visuals to, you know, just me speaking. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like you're gonna get a flood on all platforms. Like I literally work all of my platforms. Like I'm not just on Instagram or Facebook. Like I literally if it's a app, I'm on it. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's TikTok, you know, Snapchat, you know, Twitter, I'm on everything and I'm working everything 110%. You know what I'm saying? And I'm giving you all different type of content, you know, continuously, every day, persistently, every day I'm flooding the market with everything you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I work enough to put it out like that. So, you know, that's just really what I think that I'm gonna bring different. In my content alone with the music, because once you get to the music, then you're gonna fall in love with me. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And that's just what it is. I bring that type of spirit, you know what I'm saying, to the game. You feel me? In general. But yeah, man, like, you know, the book is out, the album is out, the documentary is about to come out. The documentary is on a whole nother level.
I can't wait for that.
You know what I'm saying? It's like for real, it's on a whole nother level. But yeah, go get the album, man. It's on all platforms. Follow me on Instagram, Blood Raw 1. That's the number 1. Blood Raw 1. I do follow back. You know what I'm saying? I interact with my fans. I do all of that, man. Like ain't no Hollywood, you know, artists over here. Like we get to it. You feel me? If I got any advice, I'm gonna give it to you. Any information, I'm gonna give it to you. You feel me?
I love that about you too, man, because one thing, like you mentioned earlier on, what happens when artists start seeing success, they allow their ego to get in the way.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And, you know, I get asked, because I majority of the interviews by choice that I do are a lot of artists on the rise, because a lot of times when you get them artists that are up and through there, they develop that ego, and I just don't want that kind of energy that close to me.
Right.
And that's what I respect about you so much. One thing I can say about Bruce over here is that anytime that you put out something new, you always keep me in the loop.
Got to.
I get a text from him, and he sends me his new videos or new music. And I love that because, you know, sometimes we might not catch everything on social media.
Right, exactly.
So your basics of, you took it back to the basics, and that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Like you said, you would check in with the DJs. You're doing the same thing with your music. You're reaching out to the people that you really rock with and saying, hey, here's what I got going on. Check it out.
Yep.
That's what you got to do, man. Shout out to everybody checking in right here, right now. We got Blood Raw in the building. But we got a record that we're going to check out from you today.
Man, let's get it. Let's get it. For real.
Before we do that, though, there's always 3 things that we got to do. One of them you just did, but we're gonna do it again. You did?
Okay.
The 3 things that we got to do, number 1, tell them one more time, anybody that maybe just tuned in, whether late on the radio station, IG Live, where can they follow you on your social media?
Follow me on Instagram, Blood Raw 1. Blood Raw the number 1. Blood Raw 1. Everything else, all other platforms is True Blood Raw. TrueBloodRaw.
Absolutely. And any of my DJs that may be checked in too, the single is available on vertico.com right now. So make sure you guys go get that.
Please go get it.
Clean
Please.
Dirty is available up there. Make sure you guys go support it.
Yeah.
Second thing I need you to do, man, is, you know, I always believe in paying homage, giving people their flowers.
For sure.
Whoever's supporting the movement. Who you want to give a shout out to?
Man, I want to give a shout out to my team, man. And you know, don't blame me. Blame my mind. Don't blame my heart. You feel me?
Right. Try to the game, not to his heart.
Yeah, I be forgetting sometime, and then I walk out the door and be like, man, I forgot such and such. But, you know, my whole team, man, you know, from my management, shout out to my partner, Torrance. You know what I'm saying? My boy, Young Scoop, Sherm, Breezy, NASCAR Promotions, Lola, all the producers who worked on my album. Y'all know who y'all are. I love y'all, man. We made a classic, you feel me? Shout out to my graphic guy, Amigo. He from Carolina, man. He the dopest graphic artist out there. He don't play. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the DJs, man. I salute. Love y'all, man. Appreciate the support. Anybody I forgot, again, please don't judge. Please forgive me. You know you're in my heart. You know what I'm saying?
Charge it to the game, not to his heart.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the hardest things to do. You got a lot of people shouting at you.
Hey, what's up, man? Y'all, hey, I'm rocking with y'all, man. Y'all follow me, please follow me. I'm gonna follow you back.
That's one of the hardest things to do is remember them shout outs. Because when you put on the spot, you're like, dang, you be overthinking it.
Yeah, for real, for real.
So shout out to everybody that's supporting the movement, man. Who you got with you today?
I got my boy Scoop with me, man. You know what I'm saying?
On
That's
the
my right hand.
check-in?
That's my right hand. He gonna be with me. Wherever you see me, you're gonna see Scoop.
Man, that's
you know
a
what I'm
blessing.
saying? So yeah, man. Anything y'all need, Scoop is available. You could get at him or get at me. It don't matter. But you know what I'm saying? He's the person you can get at for real.
That's dope, man. You gotta have somebody that's solid like that. That's your ride or die that's gonna come along, man. That's gonna make sure you're always good as your partner, your friend, colleague, whatever, man. Like that. That's important. It's rare.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Last but not least, before we get into this record, we got my homie Blood Raw checking in.
Yeah,
man, it's a real Florida affair in here today.
Better believe it. Better believe it. Better believe it.
I got to know though.
Mm-hmm.
We are live and direct on the industry's most wanted podcast.
Yeah.
What makes Blood Raw the industry's most wanted?
The name speaks for itself. You know, if I give it to you in a sentence, I'm gonna give it to you Blood Raw. Like, you feel me? It's the absolute truth. Like, it don't get no realer. Raw and uncut. Like, I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna put my feelings on the table. I'm gonna put my heart on the table. And it is what it is.
Somebody asked a question real quick too,
Mm-hmm.
and this is not something we're going to discuss during the interview. Someone was asking the cost for a feature. What's the best way for them to reach out professionally to get that information?
DM me on Instagram.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, DM me on Instagram.
And he is the industry's most wanted. You
For
did.
sure. Yeah.
So listen, we about to get into this record. Anything else?
Let me say this. I want to say this.
I was
I'm
going to say,
sorry.
please, no. That's what I'm saying. If there was anything else.
I forgot. But me and Slick Puller, we about to we working on the EP right now.
Oh,
as well.
that's fire.
You know what I'm saying? And we actually about to start our show run. You know what I'm saying? Our first one gonna be in Fayetteville, North Carolina, January 21st.
Oh, that's right around the corner.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you guys have your map set out already, or are you still adding on?
Yeah, we adding on. We putting it together as we speak. You know what I'm saying?
So for anybody that may be interested in bringing you guys to their city
right.
for, whether it's meet and greets or performances, they can just reach out to you directly?
They can reach out to me directly or Big J, 904.
So make sure y'all handle business the right way. You know what I'm saying? So we about to get into this record. Let's talk about it a little bit. You got somebody else legendary in Florida.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out to Ball Greasy, man. Talk to us about this record.
Ball Greasy, we brothers, man. You know, we affiliated with the same people. My Zoe brother, Zoe man from Miami, Keep 100 Records. You know what I'm saying? We both are mutually friends. Me and Ball Greasy are mutually friends with my brother Zoe man. But we just got in the studio and we banged out a couple records, but Greasy is a special guy, man. You know what I'm saying? He's a guy that the industry gonna have to catch up on because he been writing for a lot of people for a long time.
Right, and people aren't hip to that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But the guy, I was really, you know what I'm saying, I was really excited about getting in the studio with him. We've been supposed to do it for a long time, but we got some amazing records, you know what I'm saying? And this one of them, this my single. It's called Right Here. It's for the ladies. It's for the fellas. It's a Florida record, you know what I'm saying? But it's gonna go worldwide. But we had to bring that Florida flavor to the game. When you see the video, you're gonna see candy paint, you're gonna see donks, you know what I'm saying? And we call donks from 7-1 to 7-3, 7-5, you feel me? We call them donks in Florida, but that's Caprice Classics. You know what I'm saying? Hard tops and verts.
And the verts.
Yeah.
Listen, you taking me all the way back. I'm gonna tell you, I just want to say this real quickly. I'm so Florida to heart. Like, I grew up there. I lived in Florida for 39 years before I moved here.
Right.
And I would not change. I love Atlanta. Don't get it twisted.
Right.
I love Atlanta.
Yeah.
But I would not change having grew up in Florida. Some of the stuff that I got to experience.
Right.
The 2 Live Crews.
Yeah.
And Jam Pony. And what y'all know about them Jam Pony mixtapes?
Straight up.
And the Blood Raws.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Man.
Definitely.
So we about to get into this record. Is it available on all the digital platforms?
It's available everywhere. Wherever music streaming, it's available. Go get it.
Man, we about to check it out. If y'all rocking with the record over here, make sure y'all show Blood Raw some love,
Yeah, put
man.
them flames up, man.
Put them flames up. Tag Ball Greasy, too.
Yeah, tag Ball Greasy.
So he knows it's real. We over here getting it in. So go ahead and give us the official introduction to the record.
Hey, what's happening, man? This your homeboy Blood Raw checking in. And I'm on the streets most wanted with TampaMystic. This is my single right here, featuring my partner Ball Greasy. Let's get it.
Let's go.
Industry's most wanted.
Damn, what I gotta say, babe, what I gotta do so I can get that little pretty thing in the coupe, yeah. Take you on a tour through my city right quick, so I can really show you why I live like this, why I talk like this and keep it real like this, why I ride behind 10 big steel like this. Always think ahead, cause I live for the future, and introduce you to things that you ain't really used to. Oh, you living in the hood, not no more, I moved it. 3,500 a month, babe, I can do it. Real low key with it, I don't like the flash. Realest thing smoking in the city, not the brag. Anything at the mall, if you want it, you can grab anything of mine, babe. If I got it, you can have. Before I wreck out and spend this little change, if the feds come get me, can you stand the rain? Huh? Where my real people say? Where my real people say? To hold me down through thick and thin. Keep a level, babe, I need me a friend, huh? Where my real people say? Where my real people say? Who won't switch on me, who won't fold? If the feds ever kicking the door, you know what I'm saying?
I know your man ain't loving you right. Baby says she need a real in her life. Say she wanna ride with the top lit back. When she on Patron, she don't know how to act. Palm trees, white sand, and jet skis. We getting money. Wannabes, don't ride us. 100 plus on old schools. Expensive taste, bad seafood. Real, everything is boss. Show you how we living, just don't be on no floor. Put you in a suite with a beachfront view. Everything paid cause of you. I need a real, give a about it. She don't care about the fame cause she fucking with her. Babe, I been here before. Seen a lot of people change. If I lose it all today, can you stand the rain?
Where my real people say? Where my real people say? To hold me down through thick and thin. But babe, I need me a friend, huh? Where my real people say? Where my real people say? Who won't switch on me, who won't fold? If the feds ever kicking the door, you know what I'm saying?